All right, we are testing out the Rad Power electric utility bike. 1,199 bucks. No suspension, single gear, 750 watt hub motor, 10.5 amp hour battery, 48 volt, and not bad, you know. It's got some power, it's got some capabilities. Take a quick little look at it. It's got this interesting upside down U dual kickstand, which is kind of cool because it actually keeps the tires up off the ground and lets you like change them more easily, or, you know, work on them. It's got this big rack in the back that has either an additional seat you could put on it, or it has, you know, the ability to wrap bungee cords and whatnot. Has these really cool, nice BMX style handlebars. You can see I have my foam mount on here pretty easily. I think just about any foam mount would work. It's got twist throttle. It's got these nice hand grips that have like the palm placement, you know, aspect. They're a little bit wider on the end. It's got Tektro Aries brakes. There's the 750 watt hub motor that Rad Power makes themselves in-house. And I understand they give it more torque than typical, and it pretty much does, which is not bad. Here is the display, very minimalistic. It's got the lights, the power, pedal assist up and down. Here are the pedal assist levels, and here are the battery levels. And if I push this button here, the lights come on. You can see it has an integrated front and rear light that are integrated with the battery, so you don't have to worry about charging it. And it's got these really nice 20x3. I've really never ridden a bike with 20x3, but 20x3 inch fat tires from Kenda. And they have some nice dual sport capability. Here, I'll go low and you can see the tread. It's like nice gap between for good traction. And the little knobs here are probably about 3 millimeters high, which is pretty good. So, and it's got this nice step through design, which I think is pretty good for a lot of different riders. If you use a key, this battery pops up. Sometimes you might need to lift the seat a little bit, but it comes off, which is great for taking the bike, putting the bike in the garage and taking the battery upstairs and charging if you're in like a walk-up or something. It's got this really weird, like Millennium Falcon style seat, which is really weird. When I ride it, my back of my thighs hit this part because it's usually a seat's kind of like this, and it's just wider than usual, and it's narrower from front to back, or shorter, whatever you want to call it. Typical seat probably comes to here. So there's not a lot of adjustability. You can't really sit back on it or sit up depending on, you know, what you're in the mood for. Sometimes you do that to get more traction. Can't really do that on this bike. It's got a cool bell though. I mean, at the end of the day, you buy bikes for the bell, and this would be the bell you'd get. And it's actually integrated into the Tektro brake lever, which is pretty cool. And I like that they put some care into the cords, the cables. They put a nice, you know, wrap around them, which just looks nice. It's a nice touch. And if you're you know, there's the back sprocket. If you're looking at like a 9-speed bicycle, this would probably be gear 4. So it's not a very high-end gear. Doesn't let you pedal much beyond, like, let's say 14-15 miles an hour. But from the dead stop, you can see I'm a dead stop, it lets you pedal. So it's got some nice, you know, taking off capability in the low end. So yeah, again, not really a high-speed bike, really meant for more cruising around town, getting some groceries, taking the kids to the park, etc. But I will say with these tires, you know, you have some nice off-road capability. Not really off-road, let's just call it like a light dirt trail, right? Or a fire road. Here we are on the dirt trail, and it's kind of hard-packed dirt. It's got some leaves, got some branches, got occasional rocks. And this thing, the carving capabilities are great with these tires. Handles it really well. So you could very easily do some off-roading, but you don't have any suspension. So I will say that the rear tire and this cushioned seat actually kind of absorb a lot of the bumps, but you do feel it in the handlebars. There's a lot of vibration in the handlebars. But again, for $1,100, I mean, $1,100 is not cheap, but as far as electric bikes go, it's definitely on the low end. It's very inexpensive for an electric bike, so they had to cut corners somewhere. But I just did a speed test on this, and pedal assist 4 got me up to 19 miles an hour and 20 miles an hour, let's say. And that's pedal assist 4, and throttle I got up to 19 miles an hour. And it's got some nice pull, you know. I mean, I'm zipping along here at my little trusty app. Says I'm at 18.5 miles an hour. So here's, we got some like nice gravel and rocks, and it just coasted over it like no problem. No problem at all. So now we have a nice S turn, and it handles it well. You know, I'm keeping my grip, and I'm not having to swing too wide. Yeah, it definitely handles its grip. It gives you the traction you need, which is nice. Well, let me show you how it is with pedaling. Right now, I'm at pedal assist 4, and I'm at 16 miles an hour, and I'm like really pedaling. It's hard to keep up. Like, I can't keep up anymore. We just hit 15 miles an hour, and I could barely keep up. So the gear isn't the highest gear again. We are sharing the road with squirrels. So I don't know if you're seeing them. I'm seeing them. So for those that know, or those that there's a squirrel, whether you know or not, there's another squirrel, squirrel, 2 more squirrels. Jesus Christ. They're everywhere. Anyway, yeah, for those that do or don't know, I've started reviewing bikes, and this is one of 4 that Rad Power has sent me. I also have the RADRUNNER, the Rad Rover, the Rad Mission, and the Rad Wagon. Well, this is the Rad Rover, I guess. Or this is the RADRUNNER electric, but Rad Rover, the Rad Wagon, and the Rad Mission. Rad Mission is a single speed, like mountain bike. It's kind of got a high gear, so it really is hard to go up hills. The Rad Rover is kind of like the Himaway Cruiser, 750 watt, 27 by 4 inch, big old tires. And the Rad Wagon has like 7 gears, and it's a lot like this bike, but it's got 7 gears, and the ability to put a couple kids on the back, a lot of room for like bike seats and stuff. So we'll be checking those out in the coming days. Stay tuned. I'm gonna be doing a lot of reviews of these bikes. We're gonna do a little grass test for you, just to show you what that's all about. Well, let's just kind of go through this bark here, do some bark testing for you. See, a little mulch, no problem. Good carving, good pull through, no problem. So let's get to grass. We're gonna start from a dead stop, and we're gonna do throttle only, and I'm gonna show you that it really does kind of give you some nice pull. The 750 watt motor's got some power, and it takes off really nice and easy. And we're going, let's see what this display says. Display is a little wonky on this app. It takes a little while to for it to catch up to your speed, but it's upwards of like 14-15 miles an hour, I believe we're hitting in grass, which is pretty cool. So this bike, it's kind of like a minivan. You know, it's got some utility, it's got some carrying capabilities. It's multi-terrain, dual sport. It's got some nice tires. It's got some lights. It's got a little bell. So I think it's like a minivan, you know. The average male might find it a little demasculating, dare I say. I will say, if you put this, there's this contraption that you can buy, this big bucket that's like a U-shaped bucket, and actually fits in this drop bar area down here. And it's a big container. You can put storage in it, and it's got drink holders. When you put that on this thing, it makes it look a lot cooler. But without that, you know, it's probably more of an older person or like a mom bike, you know. Just telling it like it is. I mean, just as opposed to like a crossbar bike, you know, this has got the big drop bar. It just looks a little bit more like maybe a woman's bike. Could a man ride this? Absolutely. Would I really care? Probably not. but some people might. I'm just trying to tell you what is, you know, what's what.